Hey everyone, welcome to Scupper Creations. My name's Gareth and this is my little corner of the internet for playing with my food. Today I'm making for you my brown trout pate. Now this is kind of a bit different to, I've done some salmon pates before, but this one I really got the inspiration from things like potted brown shrimp, you know? You get those kind of little spicy notes, and I think with trout it can really take those very, very well. I mean, secretly I just spend quite a lot of time trout fishing, so you'll often see me kind of wandering up and down the banks. Usually not really catching much, but sometimes we have a good day. So I always wanted something that I can make nice and easy with it, that just kind of like a everyday staple. And this works really, really well. So as usual, always going to start with doing my cutting. I'm not entirely sure why I've done this, because I just guess I'm used to it, because all we need to cut is a lemon in half. The rest of it, all going to do in a blender. So there you go. That's all my cutting done. Now we can just pop that to the side and we can start kind of getting the trout. So we just need to grab one baking tray. And you're going to need for this about sort of 4 trout fillets, I'd say. Each one around about 100 grams will do you, pretty decent amount. So I've got a whole load here that I caught the other day. So we're going to use kind of 4 of them for the recipe. Got a few more in here, so some of them are a little smaller, so we'll kind of double up and then we'll pop some extras in, and I can always make a bit more if I need to, because one of the real joys of this one is it freezes really, really well. In fact, my wife, who has tried this, actually prefers it frozen. It kind of crystallizes slightly, and then once you kind of get it out and defrost it, you get a bit of a coarser pate, which for me tastes beautiful. So we're going to pop that on there, but in general, sticking with the recipe, 400 grams, 4 decent trout fillets. Make sure you've boned them and you're good to go. So skin on as well, forgot to mention that, just because when you're cooking them in the oven, much easier, holds together better, doesn't fall apart. So we're going to pop those in the oven just to cook 180 degrees C for about 12 to 15 minutes. We'll check them every now and again. Maybe some of the real smaller ones will pop out a bit earlier. But you just want to have a look at them, and when you see them kind of looking completely opaque, that's really good. So I'll pop them in, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so that trout's done now, hopefully. So we'll just pop that out. There we go, like so. And have a quick check. And we just dip a knife in. Yeah, you can tell, absolutely perfectly cooked. Again, with this sort of thing, because it's a pate, you don't have to worry too much. You're not going to be, you know, serving it like as a fillet. You're just going to be blending it down. So if some bits are a little bit over, don't worry, it's all perfect. So we can just pop them quickly to the back and kind of let them cool a bit, because again, we're going to be making this a cold pate. So you don't have to worry, there's no timings here, everything really simple. So what we've got to do now is get yourself a pan, and this is where that kind of feeling of the potted brown shrimp kind of thing comes in. We're going to use some butter. We're going to brown the butter off so we get that really nutty kind of taste to it. It goes really beautifully with this. So you're going to need about 50 grams of butter, which is about 1/5 of the pack, that much. You're just going to pop it in and then turn it on, obviously, because otherwise it won't cook. And what you can do is wait until that kind of starts to foam, and then just keep your eye on it. What you're looking for is that kind of just going brown kind of thing to it, but not burnt. So it's kind of a bit of a balancing act, but if you just start to see it go brown, take it off, because the residual heat in the pan will keep it going. So we're just going to heat that through. So there you can see that's nicely foaming. Just want to keep it moving a bit. Just kind of keep giving it a really small swirl round, and you'll see, even as I speak, it will start to go browner and browner. So we'll quickly take that off the heat now that's done, and we'll just kind of leave it there. It's going to take a while before it reforms. It's not really that cold. So to that, we're going to add just a little bit of ground mace. Now this has a really, really beautiful flavour, but again, you don't want too much. It's a pretty strong one, but I think it goes so beautifully well with trout. So we're going to put half a teaspoon in there. And just putting it in at this point means that you're kind of getting that slight bit where you're almost toasting it in the butter. So you will bring some of those flavours right up to the fore. Get that mixed in nicely. Obviously you want to do it at this point, because if you try and put the mace in the butter at the beginning, you will never see it brown, because it will be brown right from the start. So that nicely mixed in, we can just leave that again to the side. We want everything to cool down slightly because we are going to blend. Okay, before everything is completely cooled down, we're just going to pop it all in a blender now. There's not much more to add, really, really simple. So we'll get our lovely kind of butter and mace mixture. A quick stir, get all the mace off the bottom because it's sunk a bit. Pop all that in there. Delicious. Again, I can't describe the smell. It's so different to anything else, but it just does bring me these sort of thoughts of kind of, yeah, potted shrimps and things like that, which I'm an absolute sucker for. So really like this. And grab yourself your trout fillets if you've managed to get them not to stick to the bottom of the tray. And then all you're going to do, oh lovely, came away without the skin, because you don't want the skin in there obviously. And then just flake them in. So we're just going to pop all of those in there. So that's all my trout and my butter added. Now that lemon, so we just juice that down. So juice of 1 lemon, pop that in there, delicious. Then a load of dill. You don't want huge amounts, so I'm thinking about a tablespoon of dill fronds. So probably for this, probably 3 or 4 kind of fronds, and just the little fronds. You don't want the stalks in this bit. So we can pop all that in there. Putting in a little bit more because I've got a little bit more trout. But what you want to do, especially with the dill, is go light. Right, don't put too much in. You can always add a little bit more later once you've tasted it, because it can be quite a strong flavour. So we'll pop those there. Little bit of salt and pepper. When I say a little bit, I like quite a lot of black pepper in here. So we're going to do the obligatory constant turning of the pepper. Probably have to fast forward this bit. There we go. That finally should be enough. So yeah, good bit of pepper. Again, you're always going to taste it. You're just going to try a little bit, see if you like it like that, if you want a bit more. So a little pinch of salt, like so. And then last but by no means least, cream cheese. Now this is just going to kind of bind it all together and give you that really lovely kind of texture. So for this amount, or for the 400, you want about 100 grams. Now I will always use, for this sort of thing, a light cream cheese. That's not necessarily because I'm too worried about my waistline, though it does help. It's more when you use the lighter one for this, it's almost got a slightly citrus flavour to it, which actually just goes really, really well. So that's going to be about half the pack. Should do it. Lovely job. And that's everything. So all you need to do now is blend it up. Let's see how this goes. There we go. That looks perfect. So we just pop that off and have a quick look. Yeah, lovely. It kind of bizarre because you're putting all of like that brown stuff in with the mace and the brown butter. You'd think it would be darker than it is, but it still comes out nice and pink. So you just test it, give it a spoon around. Yeah, nice and consistent all the way through. Then quick little taste. Lovely. You've got that trout, you've got that slightly kind of deeper flavour, like nutty kind of macey flavour to it. Really, really nice. At this point, taste it if you think it needs a bit more. So for me, that needs a little bit more salt. So I'm just going to pop another little pinch of salt in. Pop my lid on and just blend that to mix it around. Okay, so that's all done. Now we just got to plate it up. Now you can do this a few ways. If you're doing this for a nice starter, and this will go lovely with some like little sourdough crisp kind of breads. Beautiful. Get yourself some little ramekins, probably slightly smaller than that because that's quite a lot. And then you'll get a good 4 out of that recipe. But just pop it in. Maybe pop a little dill frond on top just to make it look pretty. And there we go. So that looks great. You know, if you're using this as a starter, like I said, with some kind of sourdough toast or something like that, will be really beautiful. But what I really like is doing it like this. I love this just for breakfast, you know, just spread on toast, basic toast, nothing too special. It's got a really nice flavour, and I'm more of a, you know, savoury guy. So grab yourself pots. Anything you've got your hummus or your guacamole in from your supermarket, keep them, and then you can just pour these out, fill these, and then just pop them in the freezer. Like I said, you'll get a slight change. Delicious. It will kind of crystallise slightly, and when it comes out, it'll be a little bit coarser. But either way, you're just going to fill them all up, let them cool down, then pop them in the freezer or pop them in just in the fridge. Sorry, my blender just fell over. So what was I say? Pop them in the fridge, give them a cover, let them cool right down. It will change the texture because at the moment, it's still a little bit loose, but they'll be really, really good, I promise. So that is my brown trout pate. I do hope you give this one a go. I do hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.